Imagine a world where borders vanish, where adventure calls from every corner, and where some of the most breathtaking destinations on Earth are open to you without a visa. From the emerald forests of Laos to the vibrant streets of Thailand, from Malaysia's islands to South Korea's towering skylines, and the tropical wonders of Indonesia, Asia is a continent waiting to be discovered like never before. In the next journey, we'll explore 10 incredible countries, each offering unique culture, stunning landscapes, and unforgettable experiences. Whether you crave serene beaches, ancient temples, bustling markets, or mystical mountains, this adventure will guide you to destinations that feel like stepping into another world. Pack your curiosity, leave your worries behind, and let the magic of Asia unfold before your eyes. Welcome to a journey you'll never forget. Grabs attention by highlighting freedom, spontaneity, and the thrill of traveling without paperwork. Narration style: smooth, immersive, emotional, and cinematic. Describe the spirit of visa-free travel, how 2025 has opened new borders, and set up the journey across Asia. No headings, no instructions, voiceover style only. Make it dramatic, inspiring, and captivating. The world is changing faster than ever, and for the first time, travel feels wide open again. No paperwork, no long lines, no weeks of waiting for approvals. Just the pure thrill of stepping onto a plane and knowing that the moment you land, the world welcomes you with open arms. In 2025, 7 Asian countries have unlocked their borders, inviting travelers to explore without a visa. 7 gateways, 7 worlds, 7 journeys that feel almost too good to be real. And as you watch this, you might not realize it yet, but you're about to discover how close your next adventure truly is. Because Asia isn't just a destination, it's a universe of cultures, landscapes, emotions, and stories. And now, you can enter it all with nothing but your passport and the courage to explore. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine standing at an airport gate, the departure board glowing with names that once felt distant and unreachable. Manila, Kuala Lumpur, Bangkok, Jakarta, Kathmandu, Colombo, Almaty. Names that carry the scent of ocean winds, the rhythm of ancient temples, the whisper of mountains, and the heartbeat of markets alive with color. Now, imagine knowing you can visit any of them without a single document holding you back. Freedom pure, exhilarating, unforgettable freedom. For millions, 2025 is the year travel becomes possible. Again, not just for the privileged or the prepared, but for anyone with a dream and a passport. Asia has always been a continent of contrasts, where futuristic skyscrapers cast shadows over centuries-old shrines, where turquoise oceans meet emerald jungles, where street vendors and monks, artists and adventurers all share the same vibrant space. But until now, borders have stood between the dream and the journey. Visa applications, embassy visits, endless requirements. But today, we step into a world where discovery is no longer delayed. Today, we explore 7 places that break the barriers and invite you in completely. Before we begin our journey to each destination, take a moment to feel the weight of what visa-free travel means. It means spontaneity, waking up one morning, booking a ticket, and flying out the same night. It means opportunity, saying yes to new cultures, new foods, new people, without fear of paperwork or rejection. It means accessibility, the world becoming closer, cheaper, and simpler to experience. And most of all, it means possibility. The possibility to change your life with one decision, one flight, one destination that reveals a version of yourself you've never met before. This documentary is not just about places. It's about the feeling of stepping into the unknown and realizing it's exactly where you're meant to be. It's about hearing local languages you don't yet understand, but somehow feeling welcomed. It's about tasting foods that redefine flavor, smelling streets scented with spices and ocean air, watching sunsets that don't just light up the sky, they light up your soul. Asia doesn't give you a single story, it gives you thousands. And in 2025, these stories are yours to step into without stopping at an embassy door. So wherever you are sitting at home, at work, scrolling on your phone, know this: the world is ready for you. These 7 visa-free Asian countries are not just waiting, they're calling. Their mountains are calling. Their markets are calling. Their oceans are calling. Their history, their mystery, their beauty, their chaos, everything is calling. And when a whole continent calls, you answer. Our journey begins now. Ahead lies an ocean of islands, a tapestry of cultures, a horizon of golden temples, blue coastlines, towering peaks, and ancient legends. Whether you're searching for peace, adventure, culture, nightlife, nature, or simply a place that feels like a breath of fresh air, you will find it here. 7 countries, 7 unforgettable experiences, and all of them waiting visa-free, open, effortless. The Philippines. Describing entering a paradise without paperwork. Describe landscapes, beaches, islands, volcanoes, vibrant culture, food, adventures, and warmth of Filipino people. Make it immersive, poetic, and cinematic. No headings or instructions. Pure voiceover. Imagine touching down on an island where the air feels softer. The sunlight hits the water like liquid gold, and every horizon looks like it was painted by an artist who wanted to capture paradise. That's the Philippines, your first visa-free gateway in Asia for 2025. And the moment you step outside the airport, you understand something instantly. This country doesn't greet you, it embraces you. The Philippines is not just one place. It's more than 7,600 islands, each with its own personality, its own voice, its own secrets waiting to be discovered. Some islands feel like nature's quiet sanctuary, untouched, undisturbed. Others buzz with life, overflowing with culture, food, and the warmest energy you'll ever experience. But what truly defines the Philippines is something deeper. It's the people. A nation that greets strangers like friends and friends like family. A country where you don't just sightsee, you belong. As you begin your journey, picture yourself sailing across waters so blue they almost don't seem real. Some travelers describe them as transparent sapphire, others as electric turquoise. But everyone agrees on one thing: the Philippines has some of the clearest waters on Earth. And floating through them doesn't feel like travel, it feels like drifting through a dream. Palawan, Boracay, Cebu, names you've heard before, but never truly understood until you see them with your own eyes. Palawan's limestone cliffs rise from the ocean like ancient monuments carved by giants. The sunlight dances off hidden lagoons, revealing shades of green and blue you've never seen before. As your boat drifts through them, you realize how quiet the world can be when nature speaks. Then there's Boracay, alive, vibrant, energetic, home to one of the most iconic beaches in the world. Boracay's white beach feels like powdered sugar beneath your feet. The sunsets here are more than beautiful. They're emotional. When the sky burns orange and the sea turns to molten silver, time slows down. It's a moment that stays with you long after your flight home. Travel a little deeper into the country, and you find Cebu, a blend of culture, history, and natural wonder. From waterfalls that look like they're pouring straight out of another world to night markets glowing with color and flavor, Cebu lets you taste the Philippines with every sense. But the magic of the Philippines isn't found only in beaches. It's in unexpected corners, the terraces of Banao carved by ancient hands, the volcanic landscapes of Bicol, the tiny fishing towns where life moves slowly and peacefully. There are islands where roads don't exist, where the only soundtrack is the rhythm of waves and rustling palms. There are islands where roads don't exist, where the only soundtrack is the rhythm of waves and rustling palms. There are places where you can swim with turtles, dive with whale sharks, or simply float under the sun and realize how incredible it feels to be far away from noise, stress, and responsibility. And then there's the food. Filipino cuisine is earthy, soulful, comforting. Adobo, simmering in vinegar and garlic. Fresh seafood, grilled on open fires by the beach. Mangoes so sweet they feel unreal. Street food stalls serving skewers, silogs, halo, and flavors that wake up something inside you. Every dish carries history, stories passed on through generations, now shared with you. Traveling through the Philippines visa-free in 2025 means freedom. You don't rush. You don't worry. You explore at your own rhythm, knowing the country welcomes you without barriers. It means more sunsets, more swims, more conversations, more memories. It means more life. And maybe that's what makes the Philippines so special. The way it makes you feel alive again. The way it reminds you that the world is bigger, kinder, and more beautiful than you remembered. The way it shows you places that don't just amaze your eyes, they soften your heart. As the chapter ends, imagine standing on a quiet shore at dusk, warm waves brushing your feet, the air smelling of salt and coconut, the world glowing in blue and gold. And for a moment, it feels like the universe has paused, just for you. This is the Philippines, and this is only the beginning. Highlights the diversity of its cultures, cities, and jungles. Describe Kuala Lumpur, street food, tropical rainforests, islands, temples, and futuristic skylines. Make it descriptive, emotional, and cinematic. Voiceover only. Before you even realize it, the journey pulls you into another world, one where ancient rainforests breathe, modern skylines shine like crystal, and cultures weave together into something deeper, richer, and endlessly fascinating. Welcome to Malaysia, a nation where the familiar and the extraordinary collide so beautifully that every moment feels like discovering a new dimension of Asia. From the second you step into Malaysia, you feel it. The atmosphere shifts. The air is warm, scented with spices, ocean breeze, and the subtle sweetness of tropical flowers. The energy is gentle, yet alive. And everywhere you turn, you see something unexpected. Mosques standing proudly beside temples, towering skyscrapers rising behind centuries-old streets, and people from different backgrounds, sharing food, traditions, and laughter as naturally as breathing. This is a country that doesn't just welcome you, it teaches you what diversity truly feels like. As your journey begins, your eyes are drawn upward. The Kuala Lumpur skyline glitters like one giant piece of art. Glass towers stretch toward the clouds, reflecting the sky like mirrors. At the heart of it all stand the iconic Petronas Twin Towers, two luminous giants connected by a bridge suspended in the sky. Standing beneath them at night, surrounded by shimmering city lights and the rhythm of nightlife, feels like standing inside the future. But Malaysia is never just one thing. Travel a little further, and the world transforms again. Suddenly, the city fades behind you, replaced by emerald mountains and dense jungles filled with life. The rainforest of Taman Negara is one of the oldest on the planet, more than 130 million years old. Walking through it feels like stepping into Earth's deep memory. The air grows thick with mist. Leaves twitch as hidden creatures move unseen. Rivers twist like silver veins through the forest floor. And every sound, every chirp, every whisper, every rustle reminds you of how ancient and alive this land truly is. Then there are the islands. Malaysia's coastline stretches into some of the most beautiful tropical escapes in Asia. Langkawi, the island of legends, greets you with long beaches, turquoise waters, and cliffs wrapped in lush forest. As the cable car takes you high above the jungle canopy, the world below shrinks into a living painting, green mountains rolling toward blue horizons. The sky bridge, extending across two peaks, feels like walking on air. Continue your journey east, and you reach the islands of Sabah, places where the water is so clear you can see starfish glowing on the ocean floor. Sipadan, famous among divers, feels like diving into an underwater universe. Turtles glide past you like ancient guardians. Schools of fish swirl in spirals of silver and gold. Coral reefs bloom in shapes and colors that feel unreal. Down here, the world is quiet, peaceful, and full of secrets. But it's not just nature that makes Malaysia unforgettable. It's the cultures, Malay, Chinese, Indian, indigenous blending in a way that feels effortless and meaningful. And nowhere is this more powerful than in the food. Malaysian cuisine doesn't simply taste good, it awakens you. Street stalls steaming with satay grilled over open flames, nasi lemak wrapped in banana leaves, laksa bursting with spice and coconut, roti canai crisped on hot metal, Hokkien noodles glazed in rich soy. Every bite tells a story, mixing traditions, flavors, and histories into one incredible experience. Across Penang, the UNESCO streets of Georgetown feel like stepping into a living museum. Murals cover walls like open-air galleries. Lanterns glow above narrow lanes. Colonial buildings stand proudly beside temples and shophouses painted in bright colors. As night falls, food markets come alive, filling the air with sizzling sounds and irresistible aromas. Penang doesn't just feed your body, it feeds your curiosity, your senses, your soul. And yet, some of Malaysia's most magical places lie far from cities. The Cameron Highlands stretch like green waves across the mountains, tea plantations rolling into the misty distance. Walking through them at sunrise feels like drifting through clouds. The air is cool, fresh, and sweet, with the scent of leaves warmed by the morning sun. It's a part of Malaysia you don't just see, you breathe it in. Traveling to Malaysia visa-free in 2025 means freedom. Freedom to wander through vibrant cities, ancient forests, sacred temples, and untouched islands without hurdles or limits. Freedom to experience cultures that blend harmoniously, landscapes that shift dramatically, and moments that stay with you long after you've left. Imagine ending your day at a quiet seaside town. The sky turns gold. Boats sway gently on calm waters. The world slows down, as if giving you permission to breathe again. And in that moment, you feel that Malaysia is not just a place you visit, it's a place that stays inside you, entering the land of smiles without the stress of visas. Explore beaches, temples, floating markets, nightlife, ancient history, and spiritual energy. Tone, cinematic, warm, enchanting. No headings, only narration. Sometimes the places that surprise you most are the ones you never expect. Places that don't shout, but whisper, drawing you in with ancient stories, gentle landscapes, and a sense of peace that feels almost otherworldly. Sri Lanka is one of those rare destinations. A tiny island on the map, yet overflowing with beauty so dramatic, history so deep, and culture so warm that you'll wonder how such a small place can hold so much. The journey begins with a sense of calm, something unusual for most travel experiences. As you step onto Sri Lankan soil, you feel it instantly. The wind is warm, soft, carrying the scent of ocean spray, cinnamon, and tea leaves. The soundscape is alive. Birdsong, rustling palms, distant waves. Everything feels slower here, as if the land itself is reminding you to breathe, to look a little closer, to move with intention. Colombo, the capital, is your first glimpse into this balance of old and new. Cars weave through streets lined with temples, colonial architecture, and markets bursting with color. Vendors smile as you pass by, genuine smiles, the kind that feel welcoming rather than rehearsed. You watch fishermen pulling nets from the waves at dawn, skyscrapers rising behind them like symbols of a future growing right beside tradition. E-city pulses, yet never overwhelms. But Sri Lanka's soul lives beyond the city limits. Travel toward the heart of the island, and everything changes. The air grows cooler. Hills rise and fold into the distance like emerald steps climbing into the sky. Here, in the Central Highlands, you find one of Sri Lanka's greatest treasures. Its tea country. Endless carpets of bright green stretch across slopes, curving in perfect patterns. Workers move among the leaves like dots of color, picking tea by hand, and art passed down for generations. Nuwara Elaya, often called Little England, feels like stepping into another world. Fog drifts over old colonial mansions. Lakes reflect the rolling hills like polished mirrors. The mornings are crisp, the evenings quiet, and the whole region breathes in a gentle rhythm that slows time. Riding the legendary blue train through the mountains, windows open, wind rushing across your face becomes one of those life moments you never forget. The scenery is so unreal, so pure, it almost feels like watching a dream glide past. Yet nothing prepares you for what you see when the land flattens again and gives way to ancient cities. The cultural triangle is where Sri Lanka reveals its deeper world, one shaped by kingdoms, temples, stone carvings, and stories older than memory. Sigiriya arises suddenly from the earth, like a colossal lion frozen in time. The giant rock fortress pierces the sky, surrounded by gardens, water channels, and moats engineered with unbelievable precision. Climbing its steep stairways, you pass through murals left by queens, caves shaped by monks, and sculptures carved 1,500 years ago. At the summit, the view stretches endlessly: forests, mountains, and villages, fading into layers of blue-green mist. Standing here feels like touching the ancient heart of an entire civilization. Nearby, the ruined city of Polonnaruwa sleeps quietly under the sun. Massive Buddha statues carved from single pieces of stone lie peacefully among fallen palace walls and crumbling temples. There's a stillness here, the kind that makes you lower your voice without knowing why. This is history you don't just look at, you feel it. But Sri Lanka is not all mountains and ruins. Continue toward the coastline, and another world opens up. Turquoise waters brush against bright sandy beaches. Palm trees lean lazily toward the sea. In places like Marissa, Unawatuna, and Arugam Bay, the days slip by slowly, wrapped in warmth and sunlight. Surfers glide over rolling waves. Fishermen balance on wooden stilts at the shoreline, an iconic sight found almost nowhere else on Earth. Then there's Yala, the wild heart of the island, a national park where leopards prowl through tall grass, elephants roam in herds, peacocks spread their shimmering feathers, and crocodiles rest silently along muddy banks. A safari here doesn't feel like just an adventure, it feels like entering an ancient storybook where every turn reveals a new secret. And as always, Sri Lanka's greatest gift is its people. Soft-spoken, kind, generous. They offer tea without you asking, directions without hesitation, and stories with a smile. No visa required, just your curiosity, your presence, and your willingness to explore. As the sun sets over the Indian Ocean, turning the horizon gold and crimson, you understand something simple yet profound. Sri Lanka may be a small island, but the peace you feel here is vast. The beauty is vast, the history is vast, and the memories you take home, even more so. This is Sri Lanka, pure, serene, powerful in its simplicity, unforgettable in its soul, arriving in the world's largest archipelago without visa restrictions. Describe Bali, Java, Sumatra, volcanoes, rainforest, wildlife, temples, rice terraces, and ocean adventures. Make it vivid, grand, and cinematic. Some places don't just take your breath away, they remind you how small you truly are. They make the world feel bigger, wilder, and more mysterious. Nepal is one of those places. A country where mountains rise so high they seem to hold the sky in place. Where prayer flags flutter like whispers of ancient wisdom, where every sunrise feels like the beginning of something sacred. From the moment you arrive, Nepal feels like an awakening. The air is thin, crisp, and fresh, carrying the scent of incense, stone, and distant pine forests. The landscape stretches upward in ways your mind can barely comprehend. Peaks surrounded by mist, rivers carving through deep valleys, and temples perched on cliffs as if placed there by the gods. Kathmandu is your first encounter, a city unlike anywhere on Earth. It is crowded, chaotic, beautiful, and holy all at once. Streets twist in unpredictable ways, lined with tiny shops selling handmade crafts, copper pots, wool shawls, and vibrant strings of marigolds. The soundscape is a mix of motorbikes, temple bells, chanting monks, and friendly chatter. Durbar Square is where the soul of the city unfolds. Ancient palaces, courtyards, and statues stand as survivors of generations. Every brick carries history. Every carving tells a story. You watch people move through the square as they have for centuries, lighting candles, offering prayers, feeding pigeons, or simply sitting quietly under the shade of wooden pagodas. Then there's Swayambhunath, the monkey temple. Climb the long staircase up the hill and you're greeted by a panoramic view of Kathmandu spreading out like a living tapestry. The eyes of Buddha stare out from the golden stupa, calm and knowing, as if watching over the valley in eternal silence. Prayer wheels spin softly, flags flutter, monkeys leap across railings. It is chaotic and peaceful in equal measure, but Nepal's true magic begins when you leave the city behind. As you journey toward the Himalayas, the world transforms. Villages appear along winding roads, each home decorated with wooden balconies, stone walls, and colorful flowers. Locals greet you with a warm namaste, hands pressed together, eyes filled with sincerity. And then, inevitably, you see them, the mountains, not hills, not peaks, but giants. Annapurna, Manaslu, Lhotse, and standing above them, all the great Everest. These mountains dominate the horizon in a way that makes your heart race. They remind you how ancient this land is, how small humanity is, how powerful nature can be. Trekking in Nepal doesn't require being an expert athlete. Even simple trails offer views that feel unreal. You walk through forests of rhododendron, their blossoms bright red in spring. You cross hanging bridges that stretch over turquoise rivers. You pass yak caravans carrying supplies to villages, unreachable by road. Every step feels like moving deeper into a mist. In the Annapurna region, the scenery changes constantly. One moment you're walking through warm valleys filled with rice terraces and waterfalls. The next, you're surrounded by towering cliffs and snow-capped peaks shining under the sun. Tea houses welcome travelers with warmth, offering hot soup, spiced tea, and stories shared around wooden stoves. Pokhara, resting beside the peaceful Fewa Lake, is where many journeys begin or end. The reflection of the Himalayas in the still water creates one of the most serene scenes you will ever witness. Boats drift gently across the lake. Paragliders soar through the air like colorful birds. Even the wind feels gentle here. Wake before dawn, and you'll understand why Pokhara is considered one of the most peaceful places on Earth. Watching the first light touch the peak of Machu Picchu, the sacred fishtail mountain, is like watching the world wake up in slow motion. The mountain glows orange, then gold, then white. It is a moment of pure silence, a moment that stays with you. But Nepal is more than mountains. It is also home to dense jungles and rare wildlife. Chitwan National Park brings you into a completely different world. Lush, humid, alive. Elephants wander near the river. Rhinos graze in tall grass. If you're lucky, you might even spot a Bengal tiger moving through the shadows. A canoe ride along the Raptai River, with crocodiles sunbathing along the banks, feels like entering a hidden chapter of the wild. And everywhere you go, Nepal's culture wraps around you like a gentle embrace. Prayer wheels, monasteries, festivals filled with color and music, children playing in village squares, yak butter lamps glowing softly inside temples. There is a wisdom here, quiet, steady, timeless. Most of all, Nepal is shaped by its people. People who live close to nature, who carry strength not just in their bodies but in their spirit. Sherpas, who guide through the mountains with unmatched skill. Monks who walk barefoot through courtyards polished by centuries. Families who welcome strangers as friends. Nepal doesn't demand luxury. It doesn't need to impress. It simply exists humble, powerful, breathtaking. A place where you don't just see beauty, you feel it. A place where the world feels both impossibly big and intimately connected. A place that stays with you long after you leave. Describing the doorway to the Himalayas opening effortlessly. Explore Kathmandu, Everest region, culture, monasteries, Sherpa traditions, spirituality, and the cold breath of the mountains. Tone, peaceful, majestic, cinematic. Imagine a place where ancient myths echo through the mountains, where emerald lakes reflect untouched skies, and where the cost of living is so low. You feel like you're traveling back in time without sacrificing comfort. A land where visa-free entry welcomes you with open arms, and every corner feels like a hidden treasure reserved only for the curious. This is Laos, one of Asia's most underrated gems, and a country that remains beautifully frozen between tradition and tranquility. If you've been searching for a quiet escape, a spiritual reset, or a journey into nature's purest form, then keep listening. Laos might just become your next favorite destination. Laos offers visa-free entry for several nationalities in 2025, making it incredibly easy for travelers seeking authenticity rather than crowds. As soon as you land, you'll feel the difference. There's no rush, no hurried traffic, no modern chaos pressing against you. Instead, Laos greets you with soft air, gentle smiles, and a slower rhythm of life. It's Asia's calm heartbeat, still untouched by mass tourism. Start your journey in Luang Prabang, the spiritual capital and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This city feels like a living postcard, golden temple roofs shining under the sun, monks walking silently through streets at sunrise, and colonial architecture blending with traditional Lao houses. One of the most unforgettable experiences here is the almsgiving ceremony. Before the sun rises, hundreds of monks walk barefoot through the town as locals offer rice and food. It's not a show, it's a sacred ritual, and witnessing it feels like stepping inside an ancient story. But Luang Prabang isn't just spiritual, it's also home to one of the most breathtaking natural wonders in Asia, the Guangxi waterfalls. Imagine turquoise water cascading down limestone terraces into pools that look almost unreal. You can swim here, hike the trails, or just sit by the water listening to nature's symphony. This is the kind of place where time dissolves, and you feel like you're living inside nature itself. If you love rivers, Laos will feel like a dream. The mighty Mekong River flows right through the country, shaping its landscapes, culture, and communities. A slow boat ride along the Mekong is something every traveler should experience at least once. You move gently along the water, passing green mountains, tiny wooden houses, fishermen casting nets, and children waving from riverbanks. It's peaceful, grounding, and unforgettable. For adventure seekers, head to Vang Vieng, once known for backpacker parties, but now transformed into a haven for outdoor lovers. Here you can go hot air ballooning over limestone cliffs, kayak through emerald rivers, explore mysterious caves, or cycle through rice fields, glowing under the sun. The views are so cinematic that every moment feels like a drone shot from a travel film. In the south, the pace slows down even more. Visit Sifandon, also known as 4,000 Islands. This region is exactly what its name describes: tiny islands scattered across a wide stretch of the Mekong. You can rent a bicycle, explore quiet villages, watch waterfalls crash with incredible force, or simply lie in a hammock watching the river drift by. It's the definition of pure escape. And of course, no visit to Laos is complete without experiencing its food. Think fresh herbs, sticky rice, spicy dips, rich soups, and fragrant grilled meats. Try larb, the national dish, or sip on strong Lao coffee grown in the misty mountains of the Bolaven Plateau. Laos is not about flashy malls or futuristic skylines. It's about nature, spirituality, and simplicity. It's about reconnecting with a quieter world, where people still value tradition and where landscapes feel untouched. And the best part? You can explore all of this visa-free in 2025, entering an island of ancient kingdoms and emerald landscapes without a visa. Describe beaches, tea fields, wildlife, temples, trains, culture, and tropical charm. Make it warm, smooth, and immersive. Imagine stepping into a country where every sunset looks like a painting, where ancient kingdoms meet futuristic skylines, and where the culture is as warm as the tropical breeze. A place that welcomes you without a visa, letting you explore freely, deeply, and without limits. This is Thailand, one of Asia's most beloved destinations, and for good reason. Whether you're searching for beaches that look unreal, vibrant city life, or spiritual adventures in golden temples, Thailand has a way of staying in your heart long after you've left. Thailand is visa-free for many nationalities in 2025, making it one of the easiest and most exciting countries to visit. And with its perfect blend of tradition and modernity, Thailand offers something for every traveler: budget explorers, luxury seekers, food lovers, nature enthusiasts, and everyone in between. Let's begin in Bangkok, the country's electric capital. A city that never sleeps, never slows down, and never fails to impress. Here, shimmering skyscrapers rise above ancient temples like Wat Arun, Wat Pho, and the breathtaking Grand Palace. At night, the entire city transforms into a playground of neon lights, floating markets, food streets, rooftop bars, and bustling night bazaars. The sound of tuk-tuks rushing past, the aroma of sizzling street food, and the glow of countless lanterns create a sensory overload in the best possible way. But the magic of Thailand lies not just in its cities, it's in its islands. And trust me, the islands alone are enough reason to book your flight. Head south to Phuket, Thailand's most famous island, where turquoise waves crash gently onto white sand beaches. From Patong's nightlife to Kata's tranquility, there's a beach for every mood. And just a boat ride away are the Phi Phi Islands, where massive limestone cliffs rise dramatically from emerald waters. If you've ever seen a postcard of Thailand, chances are it was taken here. For a more serene escape, visit Koh Samui, known for its coconut groves, luxurious resorts, and peaceful temples. Or explore Koh Tao, a tiny island surrounded by coral reefs so colorful that it's considered one of the best diving spots in the world. Imagine swimming with turtles, exploring underwater cliffs, and watching schools of fish shimmer beneath the surface like moving rainbows. But Thailand isn't just beaches and sunsets, it's also home to incredible mountains and forests. In the northern city of Chiang Mai, the atmosphere slows down. You'll find elephant sanctuaries, cool mountain air, and more temples than you can count. The famous Doi Suthep Temple, perched high on a hill, offers a panoramic view that feels like you're looking out over the entire kingdom. Go even further north to Pai, a peaceful valley surrounded by hot springs, waterfalls, and rice fields. Life there feels simple, refreshing, and deeply connected to nature. It's the kind of place where you rent a scooter, follow winding roads, and discover something beautiful in every direction. Cliffs, caves, bamboo bridges, and quiet villages where time moves gently. One of Thailand's greatest treasures is its food. It doesn't matter where you eat: a street stall, a night market, or a small family restaurant, you're guaranteed a meal full of flavor. From spicy tom yum soup to creamy green curry, from pad thai to sticky rice with mango, every dish tells a story. And the best part? It's incredibly affordable. Thailand is also filled with festivals that bring the culture to life. If you visit in November, you might experience Loi Krathong, the Festival of Lights, where thousands of lanterns float into the sky, turning the night into a dream. Or the famous Songkran festival, where entire cities erupt into joyful water fights celebrating the Thai New Year. But what truly makes Thailand unforgettable is its people. Friendly, warm-hearted, and always ready to help. The Thai spirit is rooted in hospitality. Whether you're lost in a street, trying new foods, or shopping in a local market, you'll always be greeted with a smile. Thailand is a country of contrasts, chaotic yet calm, modern yet traditional, fast yet slow. And with visa-free entry in 2025, it invites you to experience it all, without barriers. Endless horizons and otherworldly landscapes. Explore Almaty, Astana, mountains, deserts, lakes, nomadic culture, history, and futuristic architecture. Make it bold, cinematic, and awe-inspiring. What if you could step into a country where skyscrapers touch the clouds, ancient temples glow in gold at sunset, and every street corner feels like a blend of the past and the future? A place where order meets energy, tradition meets innovation, and adventure meets serenity. This is Malaysia, one of the easiest and most exciting Asian destinations you can visit without a visa in 2025. And once you arrive, you'll quickly realize that Malaysia is not just a country, it's an experience. Malaysia is a land of incredible diversity, culturally, geographically, and historically. It's a place where Malay, Indian, Chinese, and indigenous traditions come together to create something vibrant, unique, and truly unforgettable. From ultra-modern cities to untouched rainforests, from floating villages to tropical islands, Malaysia offers a little bit of everything, and all of it feels extraordinary. Your journey begins in Kuala Lumpur, a city that feels like the world compressed into one place. Towering above the skyline are the iconic Petronas Twin Towers, once the tallest buildings on Earth. Standing beneath them, you feel incredibly small, yet equally inspired. Below the shimmering steel, the city comes alive with bustling markets, neon-lit streets, endless restaurants, and cultural landmarks like the historic Merdeka Square and the beautiful Masjid Jamek. Just outside the city lies one of Malaysia's most breathtaking wonders, the Batu Caves. Imagine climbing a rainbow-colored staircase leading into a massive golden statue of Lord Murugan, and then entering a limestone cave cathedral filled with shrines, echoing chambers, and beams of sunlight falling from openings above. It feels mystical, almost otherworldly, but Malaysia's charm stretches far beyond its capital. Head west to Penang, often called the food paradise of Asia. Here, the streets of Georgetown are alive with art, color, and flavor. Beautiful murals decorate old buildings, rickshaws glide slowly through narrow lanes, and vendors serve dishes that define Malaysian cuisine: char kway teow, nasi kandar, roti canai, and more. Every meal tastes like a celebration, and every street feels like a memory waiting to be made. If you crave nature, Malaysia delivers some of the most unique landscapes in the region. On the island of Langkawi, emerald mountains rise above crystal-clear waters, forming one of the most dramatic tropical scenes in Asia. The Sky Bridge, a curved walkway suspended high above the jungle, offers views that feel like you're floating. And on the beaches below, calm waves meet powdery sand, creating the perfect atmosphere for relaxation. For ultimate tranquility, travel deep into the heart of Borneo, where Malaysia shares territory with Indonesia and Brunei. This region is home to ancient rainforest, filled with wildlife found nowhere else on the planet. The Kinabatangan River winds through dense jungle, carrying you past crocodiles, hornbills, and the majestic orangutans, the gentle giants of Borneo. Visiting the Sepalak Orangutan Rehabilitation Center is a humbling experience, reminding you of the importance of preserving nature for future generations. Malaysia also offers a world of underwater wonders. The island of Sipadan, often ranked among the best diving spots on Earth, is a paradise for divers and snorkelers. Imagine swimming through transparent water surrounded by turtles, manta rays, and thousands of colorful fish. It feels like entering a living aquarium. For those who prefer cool climates, escape to the Cameron Highlands, where rolling tea plantations stretch across misty mountains. The air is fresh, the scenery peaceful, and the atmosphere completely different from Malaysia's tropical coastlines. Walking through rows of bright green tea bushes feels incredibly soothing, almost like stepping into a painting. But what truly makes Malaysia special is its deep sense of cultural harmony. Mosques, temples, and churches stand side by side. People from different backgrounds share food, festivals, and community life. You'll see Chinese lanterns hanging near Indian spice shops, hear the call to prayer blending with the sounds of street vendors, and watch people celebrate holidays from multiple religions. Malaysia's diversity isn't just a fact, it's a lifestyle. And that's what makes traveling here so enriching. Every destination, every street, every meal introduces you to another story, another tradition, another perspective. It's a country that constantly surprises you, constantly invites you in, and constantly reminds you how beautiful diversity can be. Malaysia is a place where modern wonders meet ancient roots, where nature thrives beside cities, and where everyone is welcome. With visa-free entry in 2025, it's an invitation you don't want to miss. The world becoming more open. Discuss tourism growth, better connectivity, digital nomad trends, safety, transportation, and borderless exploration. Cinematic and futuristic tone. What if you could travel to a place where futuristic skylines rise from volcanic plains, where snow-capped peaks overlook neon cities, and where ancient traditions coexist with some of the world's most advanced technology? A place that feels like stepping into a movie, part sci-fi, part fairy tale, part spiritual journey. Welcome to South Korea, one of the most exciting visa-free destinations you can visit in Asia in 2025. South Korea may look small on the map, but every corner of the country pulses with energy, history, innovation, and unmistakable charm. It's a nation that rebuilt itself from the ground up, transforming into a global center of pop culture, technology, fashion, and food, while still protecting its centuries-old traditions. Traveling here is like experiencing two worlds at once. Your journey begins in the vibrant capital, Seoul. This city never seems to sleep, never slows down, and never feels the same twice. Towering skyscrapers, glowing billboards, and high-speed subways create a futuristic landscape that feels electric. But in between the modern buildings lie quiet temples, traditional palaces, and neighborhoods that look like they were preserved from another era. The heart of this contrast is Gyeongbokgung Palace, the grandest palace of the Joseon dynasty. As you walk through its massive gates, the noise of the city fades. You find yourself in courtyards framed by colorful wooden architecture, serene ponds, and mountains rising in the background. Changing of the guard ceremonies bring the past to life, reminding you that Korea's modern pride is rooted in deep historical strength. Not far from the palace lies Bukchon Hanok village, where hundreds of traditional wooden houses sit on winding hills. Here, tiled roofs and narrow alleys overlook Seoul's skyline, ancient Korea gazing at the future. It's the perfect place to slow down, breathe, and appreciate the peaceful side of Korean culture. But as soon as the sun sets, Seoul transforms entirely. Neighborhoods like Myeongdong, Hongdae, and Gangnam ignite with color and excitement. Street food stalls fill the air with the smell of tteokbokki and grilled skewers. Fashion shops line every street. Music spills out of cafes, and young people gather around street performers as if every night is a festival. South Korea is also the global heart of pop culture. K-pop, K-dramas, K-fashion. Everywhere you turn, you see the influence of Korean creativity. You can visit the entertainment districts of idol agencies, explore filming locations from famous dramas, or even join a hands-on experience to learn K-pop dance routines. Whether you're a fan or not, the energy is contagious. Beyond Seoul, The country offers landscapes that feel like they were created for postcards. Travel south to the coastal city of Busan, where mountains meet beaches and temples cling to cliffs. The vibrant Gamcheon Culture Village, often called the Santorini of Korea, is a maze of colorful houses, steep staircases, art installations, and panoramic viewpoints. It's playful, artistic, and uniquely Korean. On Busan's outskirts lies one of the country's most striking religious sites, Haedong Yonggongsa Temple. Built dramatically on rocks beside the sea, waves crash against the cliffs as golden statues gleam under the sunlight. It's rare to find a Buddhist temple by the ocean, and this one feels almost magical. But the true natural jewel of South Korea lies farther south, Jeju Island. Formed by ancient volcanic eruptions, Jeju is a world of lava tubes, lush waterfalls, black sand beaches, and towering cliffs. The island's crown is Hallasan, the highest mountain in South Korea, a dormant volcano rising above clouds and forests. Hiking here feels like entering a different world, especially when mist curls through the trees and the landscape shifts between rocky craters and blooming meadows. Jeju's coastline holds even more wonders. The Manjangul lava tube, one of the longest in the world, takes you through subterranean formations carved by flowing lava. Seongsan Ilchulbong, a volcanic tuff cone, is famous for its sunrise views where the sky slowly turns gold above the ocean. And the island's legendary female divers, the Haenyeo, preserve a centuries-old tradition of freediving for seafood without any modern equipment. Watching them work is like witnessing living history. South Korea is also a paradise for food lovers. Each region has dishes that have been perfected for generations. Bold, spicy, comforting, and unforgettable. In Seoul, try bibimbap, Korean barbecue, and hot bowls of kimchi jjigae. In Busan, feast on fresh seafood and spicy street snacks. And in Jeju, savor local specialties like black pork and abalone dishes. Food in Korea is more than a meal. It's an expression of culture and community. For travelers, South Korea also stands out for its efficiency. High-speed trains, excellent public transport, clean cities, and strong connectivity make exploring incredibly easy. You can start your day in a peaceful mountain temple and end your night in a neon-lit district without any stress. But what truly makes South Korea memorable is its balance of contrasts. It's modern yet traditional, fast yet peaceful, small yet incredibly rich in experiences. Whether you're exploring ancient palaces, hiking volcanic peaks, enjoying the nightlife, or tasting new flavors, the country wraps you in a warmth that blends hospitality, pride, and passion. Visa-free travel in 2025 makes it easier than ever to explore this dynamic nation. And once you do, you'll understand why visitors fall in love with it, from the first hanok roof to the last bowl of street food. Recaps the journey across the 7 visa-free Asian countries. Make the ending inspirational, cinematic, and satisfying. Encourage the viewer to travel and explore. Imagine a place where the scent of spices hangs in the air, where golden temples rise above bustling streets, and where vibrant traditions, incredible landscapes, and endless adventure collide. A country where every day feels like a new discovery, and every corner seems to have a story waiting to be told. Welcome to Indonesia, the final stop on our journey of visa-free Asian countries in 2025. Indonesia is a world unto itself, a sprawling archipelago of over 17,000 islands, each offering unique cultures, landscapes, and experiences that defy imagination. Indonesia is not just a country, it's a universe of contrasts. From the terraced rice fields of Bali to the fiery volcanoes of Java, from pristine beaches to dense jungles, Indonesia feels like a planet-sized playground for travelers seeking beauty, adventure, and culture. And in 2025, with visa-free access, it has never been easier to explore its wonders. Start your journey in Bali, the island that has captured the hearts of millions. Bali isn't just a destination, it's a feeling. Here, Emerald rice terraces cascade down hillsides. Traditional temples perch dramatically on cliffs, and sunsets paint the sky in shades of fire and gold. Visit Ubud, the cultural heart of Bali, where artists, dancers, and musicians keep centuries-old traditions alive. Stroll through the monkey-filled Sacred Monkey Forest Sanctuary, explore markets overflowing with handcrafted goods, and dine on local delicacies like babi guling or nasi campur. Every step feels intentional, spiritual, and deeply connected to the island's unique energy. But Bali's allure goes far beyond culture. Surf the waves at Kuta Beach, dive among vibrant coral reefs in Ahmed, or hike to the summit of Mount Batur for a sunrise that will stay in your memory forever. Bali blends adventure and relaxation seamlessly, offering every type of traveler a chance to find their rhythm. Next, venture to Java, Indonesia's most populous island, and a place where history, spirituality, and natural wonder converge. Start in Yogyakarta, a city brimming with creativity and tradition. Here, you can explore the awe-inspiring Borobudur Temple, the largest Buddhist temple in the world. As the sun rises over this thousand-year-old monument, casting long shadows over its intricate stone carvings, you can't help but feel the weight of history and the quiet wisdom of ancient civilizations. Nearby, Prambanan, a collection of towering Hindu temples, tells the story of devotion, artistry, and the enduring power of faith. Indonesia's landscapes become even more dramatic as you journey east to Komodo Island and the Komodo National Park. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is home to the legendary Komodo dragons, massive, prehistoric reptiles that roam freely through rugged landscapes. Watching these incredible creatures in their natural habitat is thrilling, almost surreal, and a reminder that nature's wonders are as strange as they are beautiful. For underwater explorers, Indonesia is paradise. The Raja Ampat Islands are among the most biodiverse marine areas on Earth. Imagine diving into crystal-clear waters teeming with thousands of fish, manta rays gliding gracefully above, and coral formations that seem sculpted by artists. Even snorkeling feels like stepping into another world, a world of color, movement, and life, unlike anywhere else. Back on land, Indonesia offers unique cultural experiences in every region. In Sumatra, explore the lush jungles where orangutans and elephants roam. In Sulawesi, witness centuries-old traditions in remote villages. And in Bali, experience the vibrant ceremonies, dance performances, and offerings that fill the streets with color, scent, and life. Indonesia is a mosaic of traditions, each one vibrant, sacred, and alive. The food of Indonesia is just as diverse as its islands. From the spicy rendang of Sumatra to the rich gudeg of Yogyakarta, from street-side satay to tropical fruit sold at bustling markets, every bite tells a story of culture, geography, and history. Meals here are not just nourishment, they are a celebration. What makes Indonesia truly unforgettable, though, is the sense of freedom it offers. With visa-free entry in 2025, travelers can hop from island to island, from mountains to beaches, from jungles to vibrant cities, exploring a world that is vast, diverse, and utterly mesmerizing. Every day offers a new adventure, a new perspective, a new story. Indonesia is more than a destination. It is a journey of discovery, a lesson in diversity, and a reminder of the planet's endless beauty. From volcanic peaks to serene beaches, from bustling cities to quiet villages, Indonesia invites you to explore, to marvel, and to fall in love with the extraordinary wonders of the Earth. If there is one way to end your visa-free Asian journey in 2025, let it be here in Indonesia, where every moment feels alive, every sight feels magical, and every memory feels eternal. Our journey across Asia has shown us the true magic of these visa-free destinations. From the peaceful rivers of Laos to the bustling cities of South Korea, from the tropical paradises of Indonesia to Malaysia's cultural tapestry, each country revealed its own unique story, beauty, and adventure. These are places where culture meets nature, tradition meets modernity, and every moment feels alive. And the best part? All of this is waiting for you, accessible, welcoming, and unforgettable. So, let these destinations inspire your next adventure. Explore beyond the ordinary. Chase sunsets, climb mountains, taste new flavors, and experience the world as it was meant to be, limitless, magical, and full of wonder. Until our next journey, keep traveling, keep exploring, and remember, the world is wider, brighter, and more incredible than you ever imagined. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed exploring Prague as much as I enjoyed guiding you through it. If you found this travel guide helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more beautiful destinations from around the world. Got a favorite spot in Prague? Drop it in the comments, I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, safe travels, and see you in the next video.